What is going on YouTube? It's your boy ThunderBuddy29 here, and yep, I'm back today with another video, as we are now currently less than 48 hours away from the official ending of Fortnite Chapter 3. In less than 48 hours from now, Chapter 3 will be no more, and we will finally go into Fortnite Chapter 4. As we are now near the end, as we are now just 2 days away, I kinda just wanted to make this video do one final ranking video, ranking all these Chapter 3 seasons from worst to best. I know I did a video like this about a month and a half ago, but back then I didn't know that Chapter 3 was going to end. But now we know, and it's right around the corner, and it's going to happen the day after tomorrow. I figured today, why not just do one final ranking video? But instead, there's not going to be no S tier, there's not going to be no F tier. I'm just going to rank them by number. But before I go on, I just want to say, I really appreciate all the overwhelming amount of love and support you gave me in my last video. It really means a lot to me, and I really appreciate it. And second of all, I hope you enjoy the content you see here on the channel. And if you do enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, hit that subscribe button, share this with your friends, and hit that little bell and yes. Also, you can join and become a channel member today for less than 10 cents a day. It really helps out the channel, it helps keep the content going. Join today for less than 10 cents a day. The link will be in the description below. But anyways, now let's finally get into this video. So ranking the worst season of Chapter 3, y'all know what that's going to be. Season 3. Season 3 was definitely dog shit, and I made numerous videos talking about why this season was awful. And to anyone who has not seen those videos, I'm just going to give my quick explanation. First off, it was a lazy season. For more than half that season, nothing really happened at all. The only thing that you really have go on that season, you had a couple map changes. I will admit the map was good. That was the only thing that they got good. The loot pool was balanced, but it just wasn't exciting or interesting in any way. And of course, you had that combat SMG get vaulted. I was happy about that. The charge SMG was complete dog shit. It was awful. And literally nothing happened in most of the events that they had done, like the summer event, the second Rainbow Royale event. It was all just lazy. They were basically recycled versions of the events they had done before. Just a lazy season, boring as fuck, nothing happened, it was just awful. Now, going on to number 3, honestly, this is a very, very tough one. I'm debating between Season 1 or Season 4. But honestly, since this is not a map video, I'm gonna have to put Season 1 in there. Okay, I will admit, I do think this season was a little better than what I had thought before. I originally thought this season was awful, and I thought it was one of the worst seasons to ever be in Fortnite. But honestly, my mind has started changing a little bit. I will admit, it was definitely one of the best starts to a brand new chapter. The map was very good. The map was pretty much the only perfect thing about this season. The loot pool was okay. Of course, you had the MK7 Stinger SMG spam metas. That was the only thing that was really annoying about that season. But here's one thing I would just say. I would put it in number 2 if it was not for the Spider-Man Mythics. I mean, yeah, I'm fine with the Spider-Man Mythics, but the problem with it was there were like 60 of them all over the map. That should not have happened. If there were not no 60 Spider-Man web shooters scattered around the map, if they had like maybe 5 or 10, kind of like what they did with all other mythics during previous Fortnite seasons, if they would have done something like that, that would have been fine. Like, you put 5 of them in like 5 random locations. Yeah, something like that would have been good, but I do think it was a decent season. It's definitely a lot better as I thought before, but it was just also kind of boring because also nothing really much happened, but more happened in this season than Season 3. We'll also consider the fact it's a new season, so that's kind of fair. And now number 2, I'm definitely putting this season in. I originally had this season in the number 1 spot. I eventually thought the season got really, really boring, despite having one of the strongest starts in recent Fortnite history. It had a pretty big start. They finally fixed a lot of the problems that it had before that should have been fixed a long time ago. They actually made the loot pool exciting. Well, of course, it's been balanced like it was in the previous season, but they actually made it exciting. The Combat SMG, Stinger SMG were finally gone, and then they had the Suppress SMG return, and then you had that other SMG return. You had 2 OG guns return, which that was pretty nice. But honestly, I think where the season started to go downhill was after the first month, kind of similar to Season 1. Like, after the first month, it was really fun, but it got really boring. Even during the Halloween event, it got really boring. I mean, Horde Rush is one of my favorite limited time modes, but I'm not happy with what they did to it. The only thing that they did to change it up, well, of course, the loot pool was different because the map was different, but they just made it 0 builds. And of course, with 0 builds, it made it more complicated. And then on top of that, you also had 40v40 return, which is basically the younger brother of the game mode 50v50, which was popular in the OG days. Even that was not as good either, because consider the fact that they put it in creative mode instead of making its own separate game mode. And because of that alone, it caused so much difficulties, it caused so much matchmaking problems, and it unbalanced the matchmaking. It was just a big clusterfuck. I mean, the Chrome stuff was really weird. The map constantly updates, which is why I put it at the top of the list. And of course, a lot of the guns aren't too overpowered. Well, the only one that I would consider a little overpowered was the Chrome AR. But I still think it was an okay season. It was not a bad season. But it just wasn't perfect. I mean, if they would have kept going the way they were going at the start, I would definitely keep it at number 1. But because how lazy they were getting, I think it deserves to be number 2. And now number 1, Season 2. Once again, in my last ranking video, I thought that ranking was so cursed because the worst seasons were on the top of the list when it came to map-wise. I mean, the map with this season was very lazy. That is not going to change. And of course, the loot pool was okay. I mean, the storyline-wise, it was definitely really good. I loved the storyline of the season. I kind of loved the theme of it too. I mean, it had a really bad start with like connection-wise and stuff like that. And of course, the same spam meta with SMGs was repeating again. But there were a lot of positive changes in Fortnite that season. A lot of changes I never thought would ever be attempted. This was the season that installed a 0 builds game mode. And like I said, I did make a separate video talking about that, why I thought it was good and bad. The best about it was taking a break from the massive sweat builds. And you had a Anvil rocket launcher, which was basically a guided missile. Like I said, it was the younger brother of the guided missile from Chapter 1. I mean, story-wise, this was great. I mean, the loot pool, a lot of the loot pool is actually exciting, and this was the season that brought so many positive changes to Fortnite. It was actually fun for a little while. And I still arguably think this was the best season in all of Chapter 3. Man, it's so weird to think about too, because this is the shortest chapter in Fortnite history, and this video is already coming to an end. And this is my final ranking. So Chapter 3, there were a lot of seasons that had in common. A lot of them got boring as time went on because they barely updated it for more than half of the seasons, like in Season 3, Season 1, and Season 2. That's the thing that most of Chapter 3 had in common. But I still think Chapter 3 was not that bad, but I would say it was mostly boring than frustrating, because this was the chapter I actually started losing motivation in playing it. But it definitely could have been a lot worse. This was definitely the best season that ever came out in Fortnite in a very long time. This season, Season 4 could have been that, but they just didn't do it. But honestly, because of the things I just mentioned about how it was boring and stuff, that's kind of the reason why I'm actually excited for Chapter 4, and I definitely look forward to it and seeing what Epic has to offer. Well, anyways, this is my final ranking video. What do y'all think of it? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And
I would like to take this opportunity to thank all my lovely channel members listed on screen.
And good news! You too can also join the channel membership today for less than 10 cents a day. You can join the starter one, where you get a special loyalty badge on the side of your name that tells everybody you are a channel member. You get access to custom emojis, which this one right here was just installed yesterday. And you get priority reply to comments. Or you can become a regular member and get member shoutouts at the end of each video as a thank you for supporting the channel. Become a member today. The link will be in the description below. But anyways, that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button down below, hit that subscribe button, share this with your friends, and click the bell for notifications so you'll never miss another video. Follow me on social media, especially my awesome Twitter account. Only if you want to. I love you guys, and I appreciate all the support you've been giving me, as we are still quickly approaching 5,360 subscribers. I love y'all to death. Thank y'all for watching. And please don't forget to like and subscribe for more. And until next time, I will see you all in the next video. Probably tomorrow. And this is ThunderBuddy29. Sign off.